Yeah, sometimes video games just scream at you, and you just have to decide what you're going to do with that. Hi everybody, I'm Crep, and this is actually the Gate of Illusion and not Eden, and I'm not going to be here anymore. I don't like it. Phew. We're playing more La-Mulana, because it's a game that I like, and I'm playing more of it. So here's the deal. The last two videos of me playing La-Mulana, I have had some pretty clear goals. This one's gonna look like a real mess. Not to say the last one didn't seem a bit unfocused too, but you know, this one's gonna be a step beyond that. Because I've got a long-term goal here. One that will only be realized in the next video. Fancy that. But basically, what we're going to do as many things as we can without fighting any more bosses, with the goal of fighting all the rest of the bosses next video as close together as possible. It'll be weird. It will be a little weird, and it will be weird. But you know what? It's gonna be weird, and we're gonna have fun with it. I just picked up Death Village. It's a thing you can have. It's a software. It's about Death Village. It's Death Village. Enjoy it. I'm not going to use it for anything until like way later if I even use it at all. We'll see. But it's nice to have, I guess, maybe. Just in case. What we really want, the big things, the big goods, are over here, where the waterfall is. Yeah, you can just go do that, I guess. Not even hit me, just kind of be out of my way. Cool. So first things first, there's a wall over here that we can break. Normally we're expected to break it, there we go, when we have access to a platform there, because we can't actually jump high enough to it, normally, since you can't double jump out of the water. What that really means, though, is that we can still go get it, it's gonna take 2 trips instead of just kind of hovering down there and, you know, just doing it. Eagle can't get me. Get out of here, Eagle. Cool, so we have got another Sacred Orb, which is great and nice, because I love living longer. It's a really cool thing. I highly recommend it for everyone, except you, John. You know why? Oh, what? You're supposed to be able to land there. I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to be able to, but you can. So, I don't know what happened there. Bird? 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 Okay. Bird. Bird is the word. One I do not want it to be. You should be able to, yeah, stand right here. That's weird. Well, anyway. In here is a skeleton who gives us Mechrity Master, another piece of software. This one's just a little more useful. Wow. Anyway. This video is going to be a bit of a world tour, because we're going to go at least once to basically every area, including ones that we haven't been to yet. Oh, oops, there's actually something I want on this screen. I've overlooked it several times before. There's just a thing here. Drop the weight there under the platform that goes down, you get yourself some caltrops. They're a sub-weapon, you can drop them behind you. Real neat stuff. They just kind of stick around on the floor until something hits them. Also up here, ever since we got the water running toward the top of the spring sky, this has been available to us. It's the glove. Lets us push things faster, which I'm not sure if we've definitely maybe pushed like 1 or 2 things in the time up till now. What did I want? I wanted an item fairy. Yes. We're going to go do something involving having an item fairy, which means we need to go get an item fairy. Luckily, they're not that rare. They are the second most rare, but not by a slim margin. So the game is not being exceptionally cooperative with me right now. That's an attack fairy, weapon fairy. Don't need that one. Don't need a healing fairy. Just need an item fairy. I was really hoping that an item fairy would show up the moment I said item fairy. Oh, perfect. Cool. So guess where we're going? If you guessed the Chamber of Extinction, I don't know why you would guess that, to be honest. Anything could have been reasonable, but we're going to the Chamber of Extinction because right up here on this screen, even though you can barely see it, there are these blocks in the top right that respawn every time you exit and enter the screen again, and they always act like pots. If you have an item fairy, they will always drop a lot of coins. And so this is an incredibly effective money farming spot. So, you know, I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit, get myself some monies, and I'll see you on the other side when my item fairy runs out. Oh, there goes my item fairy. I've had better trips here, but that was fine. But we're not done here just yet. There's another wonderful thing that we need over to the left here. Up in the upper left of the area. We haven't really been on this upper path at all. Just because everything that we needed, for the most part, was in the lower path of the Chamber of Extinction coming out of the Temple of the Sun. But there were 2 entrances to the area. It's worth noting. We just only went through one of them. Now we're kind of backtracking our way through the upper path, which is what the other entrance to the Temple of the Sun would have taken us through. And up here, we have another sacred orb. Oh boy, just love these things. Anyway, speaking of the Temple of the Sun, we don't really have much else business here at this point, but we are going to use this as a bit of a gateway area. You know, for just a couple of things. You may remember, all the way back in the first video, that we briefly stepped in here in order to fight Bware, and then just kind of leave and get Isis Pendant. I think we stepped into the Inferno Cavern really quickly, just to say, we don't have any reason to go in here. Well, you know what? Times change. Now it is time to be in the hot lava place. The dangerous hot lava burn you instantly place. Get set on fire. Yeah, the place. There are a few real important items here, and by that I mean just 2 really important items for my purposes, I think. Just 2. But we'll also want to get the Grail Point, because that will also be useful and important. Already we can see the glove in action. It is doing so much work for us, making this so much faster to get done. This is normally a pretty lengthy block puzzle. It still takes a moment, but it is not quite so bad when you can push blocks this quickly. Push boxes, push box, push blockses. Man, blockses sounds like a, I don't know, some really cheap indie game. Maybe it's a Sokoban clone or something. I don't know. Someone's almost certainly made it. Somewhere at some point. Anyway, we just gotta get these last couple of blocks in their spots. The whole thing here is that putting blocks on certain spots will cause other blocks to follow the wall, so you have to get things in the right order so you have all the blocks that you actually need in order to solve the puzzle. And that's just kind of it. Sometimes that's how block puzzles are. And for that, we get another sub-weapon, a flare gun. Flare gun is interesting, it shoots straight up. It's the only sub-weapon that does that in the whole game. Oh, why do I have the knife out? Worthless. Pointless. Dumb. Let's crush this guy. Heck yeah. I did that. I did that, okay? Might as well slip up in here. Grab something from this shop too. We can get Space Capster 2, which does thing when we have it with another software that we don't have yet, but we will. Oh, this is so much fun. I love getting items and having them. Though this is not an item, this is the Grail Point, which is just as, if not important, more. This is the thing that people say a lot, it's like, just as, if not more, or like, the first, if not one of the first. Or was like one of, if not the first. That kind of sentence structure is really awkward and doesn't, like, it makes sense, but is not correct. I don't know, it bugs me for some reason. But I will also say it sometimes because brains happen. Why am I breaking this open? I don't know. I don't even want this. I'm leaving now. So, in parallel to the Inferno Cavern, you may remember, I think we did this. I think back when we were getting things here. Yeah, we did. When we were getting things here in the Graveyard of the Giants, we briefly stepped into the Tower of Ruin, just hoping to get some weights. It was a fruitless endeavor, but the area may have stuck in your mind. And in fact, the time is now to return there. Because now, with the Ice Cape, which I kind of glossed over getting, I sure got that. What that does is it doesn't make us impervious to lava, but it does make lava only damage us like 1 tick every 2 seconds, which is pretty good. So, feels a lot more safe being here with that. I don't know why I didn't put a weight down both those times. I definitely pressed down each time I walked in front of that pedestal, but let's just linger a little more. Get ourselves another Sacred Orb and a bone to the back. Thank you. Good night. Rest in pieces, skeleton. Such a good friend you are. Anyway, that's not the only thing we want here. There are other things. There are a lot of things to get in this game, and we're getting a lot of them in this video. In the last couple of videos, we have mostly just done whatever minimal thing that we need in order to do other things, but in this case, we are trying to do a lot of things. Just get a bunch of stuff in one go. So, that's what we're doing. I'm doing that with you. You're here with me and we're both doing it. We're all doing it. It's not just 2 people. I'm talking about we, it's talking about everybody. Everybody out here helping me get things in La-Mulana. Thank you all so much. Anyway, we're just gonna casually bust this open. And that opens up the way to this shop right up here at the top of the screen, where we'll get yet another piece of software. Thank you. Very nice. That one won't be useful until next video, unfortunately, but it will be useful. Actually, it's not even going to be useful until the video after next, thinking on it. But you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. Anyway, we just got the Grail Point. A couple more items to go get. Very good handy to have. Or, you know, vital to have also. That's not a way of putting it. This puzzle's fun. All of these are La-Mulanese characters, and you have to spell the name Mu, M-U. And it's those 2 characters, but if you break any of the other ones, the floor falls out. But unlike the Ankh Jewel puzzle where you wait under Wedjet's eye in the Temple of the Sun, if you break one of them after you've opened the chest doesn't close, so you know, have fun opening the floor for no reason if you want to, which I love doing, because that's just the kind of person I am. Oh no, I fell. Dumbly. Dumb. Bad. But it's okay. Lava cannot harm us so quickly now. So we'll just get right back on our feet, accidentally walk onto the screen that I didn't want to, go give it another shot. Because you know what? I'm all about second chances and forgiveness, even when it comes to games that don't believe in that as much as I do. Like La-Mulana. It's a game not for you and me, it's a game for nobody. Luckily, sometimes I am nobody, and those are the only times I play La-Mulana. What could it be? What could it be? What could it be? It's another sub-weapon, it's the Earth Spear. The Earth Spear, in contrast to the flare gun, shoots straight downward. And we'll just casually move that head aside and not do anything else in this room. Goodbye. 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 Back to the Tower of the Goddess, my favorite area. Finally serving its true purpose. as a stepping stone to greater things, we're going to hop over to the right side of the Graveyard of the Giants, which we also stepped into briefly last video, just to say that it's here. Not to really do anything, just to make note of the fact that it is here. And it'll keep being here. There's not anything that we can do about it, not anything we should do about it, if I'm being honest. Oh no, I got spiked. Ow. We have to do things on this screen, and by that I mean I have to step on platforms and lower them, because that's what they do when I step on them. And for some reason that triggers flamethrowers in the ceiling to go off, or at least one of them does that. The others have to be activated by pedestals. Silly. There we go. I did that, I've done that, and now comes the fun part where it's just a sequence of unlocking more pedestals for more progress. That one pedestal in the upper room just got rid of the laser wall in front of this one, which then gets rid of the laser wall in front of the one up on the screen above. So it's a lot of back and forth. Good times, fun times, everybody loves doing this stuff. I do, because I'm weird. And that opens up this one. Cool. And that last one makes a ladder for us to go upwards. Let's do that, how about? It's the only way to get up here. What could be up here? Does anybody know? Do I know? I probably know. I'm not going to tell you, even though we're about to find out within 3 seconds time. It is a sub-boss. This is Kamaitachi. Kamaitachi is dangerous. Does a lot of damage. Has a lot of projectiles. Kamaitachi is being weirdly cooperative right now compared to every other time I've tried fighting it in recent memory. But that's great, because that means we get the bombs right now. Bombs are good, and bombs. We can do with bombs. We can blow things up, which we will be doing as ASAP as possible, effectively. Including in a brief moment, because we actually want to use bombs. Whoops, that was a waste and also hurt, but it's okay. We want to use a bomb here to break open this wall, which opens up the way to the rest of the area, meaning we can easily come back here without having to come back through the Tower of the Goddess. I love that! I love that so much. You know what I love less? The place we're about to go to. We had a brief outing. Maybe not so brief, but we had an outing to a very specific place after having beaten Elmac in the first video where we got the feather and other things. To a place that I called my second least favorite area in the game. At least I think that's what I said. It's the Twin Labyrinths! We're coming back! It's the grand return. So the funky thing about the Twin Labyrinths is that you might be able to guess this from the name. Also, we're just gonna casually do a little of that. I just wasted a flare, and that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with my decision. You might be able to guess from the name, the Twin Labyrinths, that unlike other areas where the front and back side are totally divorced, they have related theming, but they're very much opposites of each other. The Twin Labyrinths is purely its own backside, and as such it is one big area. But it also means that, oh cool, I love what's happening to me right now. Never mind, I love that happened to me just a little more. It also means that part of the area is accessible where part of the area is not. The majority of the front side is really messed up. Disorganized, ladders take you in the wrong directions. There are walls blocking off other non-ladder paths. All sorts of little things. But the backside is mostly fine to navigate, so we're doing that. We're navigating the backside because there are useful things back here, such as an item in that shop in the top right. We could just jump over to it, except the game really doesn't want us to, and if we try to do that, we'll get struck by lightning. So instead, we had to solve this supposedly impossible block puzzle. Just a pixel more, thanks. What we have to do is we need to toss a bomb at this wall. And that'll actually let us get in here to push this block over. That's it, that's the solution. Not so impossible. Once we get on in here, there'll be a very, 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 very important item to get. One that will change the way we see La-Mulana forever. I guess. That's a thing I just said, but I don't know how much I stand by it. Anyway, we just got the Lamp of Time, which gets charged from the flames in these little mini Never Sky discs that are all over the ruins, but in small quantity. I actually only know of like 2 locations of them, but I know there's more than that. Anyway, that was one big thing that we want to get. The other big thing... Might as well just warp back for this one. The other big thing is over in this direction. The other thing with the Twin Labyrinths being... like, the front side and back side are both the Twin Labyrinths, is that the front side and back side mirror each other a lot. So in that, we had, on the left side we had a room with a shop in it, on the right side we have another room with a shop in it. One that's significantly more obnoxious, but also doesn't try to strike you with lightning if you try to jump up to the shop without having solved the puzzle first. There's no puzzle in this room. We want the bracelet. It's a good item. The bracelet's really nice. Lets us break pots with 1 swing instead of 3. How handy is that? Other than that, I mean, there are more things I could do here, but like, why? I hate this place. It's the most obnoxious. I'm just gonna land on this platform and then I'm gonna leave. Goodbye, Twin Labyrinths. I did not miss you. Okay, so I have a fun idea. It's called putting the Lamp of Time to use immediately. There's a reason we got it right now and not any later. There's a very good item that we can go get in the Tower of the Goddess if we have the Lamp of Time. So, you know, let's just go hover our way on over to the left tower, all the way up into the overhears. And as we're going up this second ladder here, let's use our Lamp of Time. Stops time. Time is stopped. We can just go hang out over here. Wait for the opportunity to put this weight down. There we go. Yeah. The only thing is, that opened up a way to a shop, and we do not have the money means to go get what is in that shop. Or at least the thing that I want from this shop. It unfortunately costs a whopping 300 coins. It's a lot, but it's worth that much. So, you know, maybe just for fun, let's go find and open up some coin chests. That's a thing that's in this game. All throughout the ruins, and even on the surface in a couple of places, they're just these round coin chests that carry like 50 to 100, or like 30 to 50 to 100 coins in them, which is nice and useful. There's one here in the Twin Labyrinths I know of that I can go get. Why not? I mean, you know, I don't really like being here, but, you know, sometimes I make decisions. Here we are. It's right in this bustable wall. Perfect. Now there are also a couple we can get on the surface, so why not? Break that seal, get some more money. We're getting pretty close at this point. So I think with just one more chest up here in the top right, we'll have as much money as we need. It was only a brief detour, not so bad. last one is right here, right in front of the waterfall. Cool. That still only put us at 285. A little short. I might be able to make that up. There we go. Jeez, coin pots are being really stingy for some reason, but that one finally gave me 10 that I just so desperately needed. Time to go buy that software. It's really important, I swear. Miracle Witch. Miracle Witch has a very specific property to it when combined with a few other select softwares, which we will see, I think. Yeah, very soon. Anyway, just really quick, before I do anything else, let's go get the Lamp of Time lit again. We'll need it pretty soon. We can do so right here. Astute viewers may have noticed this earlier. It's one of those mini Deborah sky discs right there. Alright, so what to do now? Where should we go now? Well, there was that one place, Gate of Illusion. So, this is not the way you are typically expected to come into this area for the first time. Obviously, you can't actually come in this way even until you reveal it to no longer, to not actually be eaten, but like, beyond that, you're still kind of expected to come to the area from the Temple of Moonlight entrance. But we don't have to do that. There's a lot that we can do from over here. We can talk with this stray fairy, who guards the secret of life, mostly against her will, so let's see if we can't help her out with that, free her from her secret of life curse. Talking to her makes these 3 tablets appear. Ugh, I wasted my Lamp of Time. I did this a bunch in test recordings and practice playthroughs too. It's really silly. I keep forgetting to switch back to the hand scanner first, so I don't waste my Lamp of Time charge when I want to read something. You can't read things with a lamp. A lamp can make it easier to see things, but it does not give you the gift of reading comprehension. It is possible to speed through there without getting hit by that first fireball, but it is very tricky to time. Anyway, we're gonna go do all this again, because I'm good at doing things. I'm good at planning, I'm middling at execution sometimes. That's just how it is. By the way, since I didn't point out, breaking this hand for some reason is what makes this little wall disappear that's blocking this ladder that prevented us otherwise from coming back to this room. Ugh, I hate you. Armored lizard. Okay. Read, read, read. Reading these actually lets us do the puzzles associated with them. In fact, one of them is right here in this next screen. Thank you so much for lighting me on fire. I love you. Anyway, what we have to do is we have to break all the pots on this screen at the same time, which is not possible without freezing time. But it is a thing that we can do. There we go. It's weird, without the shell horn, that particular puzzle feels really anticlimactic and uncertain when you solve it. But I did solve it. I know this for a fact. Anyway, speaking of solving puzzles, we have a bird monster to fight is one of the other 3 puzzles related to that stray fairy. This one is a bit obnoxious, but we might get lucky. Good, 4 hits on the beginning. Oh, it flew to the right, which is not so great. Really wanted to go to the left. So the real annoyance with this boss... oops. Well, okay, I didn't fall all the way down there, which is good. Oh god. But now I fell all the way down here. That's pretty cool. Let's try it again. I could go heal, but aside from the fact that I just straight up landed on spikes, which I don't really want to do again, hopefully I won't do again, the real threat of this boss is getting knocked off by the boss's feather projectiles. Not so much the damage you will take from the feathers. But they do still do... There we go, that's how you do that. They do still do 11 damage, which is... annoying. To say as little as possible. But we're gonna give it another try. It doesn't take that many hits from the axe. It does take a few, though. Oh, only 3 that time. But it flew to the left, which is a good sign for patterns. Go. There we go. That's how you do the boss real quick like. Cool. Now we're just gonna casually fall down here, not land on the spikes, and here's where the real fun of the Gate of Illusion begins. The part where you just kind of do things, and there are warps in the walls that are kind of hard to see, but they are there. There is a visual tell. And then you fall through the floor for no reason, and stuff happens. Congrats, this is the Gate of Illusion. Welcome. Not going to try to read this tablet with my Gate of Time again. My Gate of Time? My Lamp of Time. My Lamp of Gate. Cool. So now our secondary goal here, there is one more puzzle to solve for the Stray Fairy, of course, but our secondary goal here is to just kind of do a bunch of stuff that'll allow us to connect this lower part, yes I said lower, of the Gate of Illusion with the upper part that we were already in. There wasn't anywhere to go below the Grail point that we just got. For now. That will change. Anyway, don't mind me, I'm just doing things. This area is very just do things. It's just how it is sometimes. La-Mulana. You're just gonna have to be okay with it. If you're not, well, I'm not satisfied, but I understand. Anyway, up here, there's another skeleton. He really wants to give us some pepper, because he loves fraud, and he wants his treasures that he got through fraud. We'll worry about that later. For now, we want to drop some caltrops for no reason. You know, no reason whatsoever. Just kind of a fun thing to do sometimes if you want to. We'll just casually walk through these walls that aren't real. I love this stuff. It's great. It's like those walls aren't even really there. Then we get a mini doll so we could prove that we are small. Which we are, but again, we'll worry about that later. For now we have other things to be concerned with. Such as putting weights down on skeletons. Which is not the last time we'll be doing that. Amazingly enough. Not even the last time we'll be doing that in this video. And there we go. We're almost to the point where we can get back to the Grail point from the lower area. Thank you for the wait. Always happy to see more of those. And use more of those. As I just did. Dropped a whole 6 weights on that puzzle. It's a very costly one. Alright, now instead of warping around nonsensically, we're just gonna head on up and over. Those guys are so weird how they pop up between floors. Cool. So, doing the weights puzzle made this ladder appear, and it was not here before, just in case you're wondering. Break some walls. Push ourselves a block so we can use it as a stepping stone for the ladder. Because you can't go on ladders in this game if there isn't solid ground beneath you. That's just how it is. Lemeza isn't one of those action platformer stars who can just grab onto a ladder in midair. That'd be ridiculous. Nobody can do that unless they're like a furry dragon or something. Anyway, there's another puzzle we can solve right here. Would not have been here if we had not talked to the stray fairy. Please go back up the ladder, thank you. So I can push this over without killing you. Break open the wall there, let the light through. And now, I might as well get rid of this other guard here. Oh, there we go. Normally it's a bit of a waiting game because it's RNG whether or not this armored lizard will just walk over or go up the ladder. And then go up this ladder and just generally be obnoxious, but it's very cooperative this time. Thank you, verily. So, remember we picked up Miracle Witch earlier for a reason. We also picked up Equity Master for a reason. When you put these two softwares on at the same time, you are guaranteed to get a Key Fairy from any fairy point. Which is really, really handy. We're gonna go ahead and take those off now. And this Key Fairy is going to get us a very good thing. Something I like to call Fairy Clothes, because they're called that. What they do is they reduce the damage you take by half. Really, really handy thing to have. Especially when we're going to be fighting bosses later. Later. As in not this video later. Though it will be nice for mini-bosses too. We're going to be encountering a few more of those. With that last step of having dropped the weight there, heading back over here, we now see we can access the Grail Point again. Good stuff. And there's one more thing we can do before we hop out. But we will need to hop out because I want to heal, and there are also a couple of things that we just need to go grab. One of which just because it's good to have, another which just because it's really good to have, and the last one because we can't progress if we don't have it. It's just how it is sometimes. But yeah, now that we've done all three puzzles related to the Stray Fairy, these pedestals show up. We'll go talk to her one more time. She's thankful for what we've done. Now we can go get what's in this chest, which she's already told us what it is. It's the Cog of the Soul. Cog of the Soul is interesting. Set it in its proper place. Oh, that's not the button. That's the button. And we create life. Bunch of mudmen. We're just going to casually walk everywhere. It's a lot of them. That's a lot of them. So we just left that as a thing that's there now. How fun. Now's a good time to go heal up. Because we're about to fight somewhat annoying mini-boss. It's been going pretty well in my favor the last two practice runs, but we'll see. It can always be a pain. Anyone has the propensity to be a pain. Okie doke. Nice and quick. Oh wait, we didn't want to head right back here. We want to head to the Mausoleum of the Giants. You may remember, we need to prove that we are small. Let's do that. Done. Dang, I am so small right now. Anyway, we're also going to go to the Gate of Guidance. You know, the good nice place. The place that isn't the Gate of Illusion. The place that doesn't hate us. We're going to hit this life seal really quick here. Put on our flares. You know, just for fun. Send 3 lights to the heavens. Oh, I love doing that in my spare time. It's all about sending 3 lights to the heavens. We get the crucifix, which makes it so these soul enemies don't hurt us anymore, and in fact they explode on contact, so it's doubly great. Really nice. And secondly, just mosey on up over here. All the way in the first screen of the area, there's this one Olmec face. But it's something we need. It's the treasures! Cool. We can go bring that back to that person here in the gate whenever we want. Honestly, I'm actually not sure if I will. at any point. Who knows? But I have the treasures now. Yeah, maybe I'll hold on to them for myself. Maybe I want the treasures. Sell them on eBay. Okay. Welcome to Chiyu? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese name. My Japanese pronunciation is much better than my Chinese pronunciation. But yeah, this is Chiyo, we'll go with. And Chiyo has to be stunned by attacking their shield before you can go for the head, which is where you damage them. Not too bad, but a bit awkward for sure. There we go. See? Not that bad at all. And for beating them, we get very, 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 very important item, the Key of Eternity. And with that, why don't we head back to the Endless Corridor? Now, there are things here. Now that we have the Key of Eternity. Right over here, there is this wall with an infinity symbol and a keyhole on it. We use the key. That happens, for one, and it allows us to progress. Now, each one of these floors is going to have its own different kind of puzzle or challenge. This first one, there's a tablet at the beginning reading out something along the lines of some sentence having to do with birth, life, resurrection, and ascension. Something like that. What's interesting is that in La-Mulana, you look at these seals, we have the birth seal and the life seal. They actually have the La-Mulani symbols for 2 and 3 on them. The origin seal has the symbol for 1. So if we put these pieces together, we can kind of figure out that all of these other symbols also have meanings attributed to them. Incidentally, 5 is resurrection, and 9 is ascension. We can also figure out what the numerals correspond to, or what these symbols correspond to in terms of numerals, based on the areas in the game. The Inferno Cavern and the Tower of Ruin both have this sort of claw scratch symbol for them at the gates that go toward them from different areas. And they're the 5th area in the game, both on front side and back side. So that's how you can kind of figure that out. And then that one's the 9th one. That one's a little harder to find for the moment, but there are ways to get to it. Anyway, I would really like a healing fairy right now, and that is a healing fairy. Thank you, game, for being kind and giving me the most common fairy when I want it, instead of being rude and just not giving it to me. Anyway, I want that healing fairy mostly for the next floor. This floor was a speedrun floor, but there's a little shortcut you can take that completely negates any and all challenge from it. So I did that. This floor is the saw blade floor. It's the saw blade floor. There's just saw blades everywhere, and you get hurt. There's also spikes. So I like to have a healing fairy, so I can just tank everything, for the most part. Healing fairy doesn't heal that quickly, but she does her best. I am just going to walk through this style, though. I don't have the patience, I just don't. You have to be careful over here, too. Yeah, I'm going to land in it. Because there's warps everywhere in that part of the floor. They send you all the way back to the beginning of this hallway. Oh, what fun we've gotten ourselves into. I guess I'll wait for this one this time. Especially because my fairy ran out. I liked that fairy. It was good, helpful. Oh no! This is silly. Help me out, Chakram. Oh, I lost the Chakram for no reason. Why? Why didn't it come back to me? Why did it float directly over my head for no reason? I wanted that Chakram again. I'm feeling just exceptionally rooted by this game tonight. Anyway, finally at the end of this hallway, is this little spike corridor with lifting platforms. They try to push you into the upper spikes. You can just kind of walk through that first one, but you do have to stop for that one and this one to not get hurt. It's not that bad. It's just a little annoying. Sometimes things in La-Mulana are annoying, like getting warped back for no reason and gonna die. I might just be able to get through this one okay, but only just. Let's find out. Maybe the enemies down here will be kind and dropping some green orbs for me. Anyway, we need to read this tablet, and the one-eyed shows up. Hi there. I can't remember your name. It's something weird. It's like something beard. I don't know why. I guess because it looks like you're a circle that's covered in beard, covered in hair. Yeah, that's beard. Just gonna open this up. It'll be useful for later. No. No, I really don't want to die. I'm playing too riskily, but I really want to fill my soul bar. I think that's what it's called. These are like soul gems or something that we're picking up from enemies. Little green orbs. It's silly nonsense. But much of this game is silly nonsense, so what do you expect at this point? That's the 100-eyed. We'll be dealing with the 100-eyed in a while. Oh yeah, money's really helpful in this moment. Sure, thanks. Oh, I see you right there, just barely off screen. It's not... Oh no! I guess I'm not going for that bat. Well, that wasn't gonna end well. I freaked out. Now we gotta do all that again. Well, I just realized that I forgot to grab an item on the way down anyway, so maybe it's for the best. It's literally just right here. We've got this whole item wall thing here, but there's not an eye on this screen, so we can just attack it without issue. It's the key sword. It's our next to last major weapon, but I think I'm going to skip getting the last one, if I'm being honest. But the key sword is actually required to beat the game, so gotta have it. Okay, giving this a second try now, doing a lot better this time. I also remember that the one-eyed mini-boss's name is Backbeard for some reason. I guess because they're always at your back. Turn and face them and they stop following. I don't know. Something weird. Still can't remember the name of the 100-eyed though. Anyway, we made it back. Time to bust this pot, put a weight down. Backbeard's looking a little more sickly now in color. Come on, get a little closer, Backbeard. Whoop. Here's how you fight Backbeard. You need Backbeard's eye to be open all the way in order to be able to do any damage. And if you time it well, you just kind of keep turning around over and over to strike them before they can fully accelerate. There we go. That's more the pattern you want to look for. There we go. Got our health back and everything. Excellent. Now one more time, all the way from left to right. Because now that we've beaten Backbeard, the one-eyed, the 100-eyed is now vulnerable. Also looking a bit sickly. Maybe that's just the sign. They can be damaged now because they're kind of discolored. This one sure really likes shooting its eyes off as weapons. It's really gross, actually. But they hardly do any damage, so it's just gonna be what it is gonna be. Anyway, welcome to the Shrine of the Mother. This is the final area of the game, but it's not the final area that we're going to go to. Also, I just remembered that the comment I made earlier about this being kind of a world tour, including new areas, I remembered that there is one area in the game that we will not see in this video. We'll see it next video, because we don't have the means to go there until we've beaten a certain boss. Ain't that just how it be? Anyway, this place is weird. Just kind of full of enemies, and it's got these skull balls everywhere that are blocking us off from going to places. Sure, it'd be nice if we could, like, do something about that at some point. For the moment, we just want to work our way through here and go get the Grail Point, which is very doable. Though it'll take a little winding around. Oh, skeletons. They're always so the worst. Anyway, it's right over here on this screen. Very good. Now we're done here. We're not going to be coming back for a long while. We will have business back in the Shrine of the Mother next video. Though I think actually we'll get another brief glimpse of it sometime in this video too. Oh, anyway, now unfortunately it's the time to go to my least favorite area. So soon, so soon. I don't want to do this. But to be honest, every time I go back here, which I've had to go back here a lot lately, with all my practice runs and test recordings, every time I go back here it gets a little more tolerable. But it doesn't deserve to. This is the Chamber of Birth. Just absolutely wretched place. That just made me realize, did I forget to do something in the Tower of Ruin? I'll have to double check on that. I just might have. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out later. But anyway, there are a few items to get here, and on top of that, a couple puzzles to solve, amazingly. Something we gotta do here is wait for one of these mudmen to just shift on over to the top right room of the screen, because we can't get up in there. There's a little pressure plate up there, but we can't do anything about it. But these little guys can do something, given enough notice. There we go. Really did take a while, but for that, we get the perfume. Perfume is a handy little thing to have. It makes it so that when we hit skeletons, they die in one hit now, instead of crumbling and instead of taking multiple hits to kill if we're talking about some of the more threatening skeletons in the game. This pillar is weird. It's kind of leaning over, and what they want you to do, this is fun, what they want you to do is grapple onto it, but they just use a timer for that, for like how long they expect you to be on it, grappling for it to fall over, so you can just kind of double jump there with some good timing and just crumble over for no reason. It's always fun. Anyway, we casually put another weight on another skeleton, as I alluded to earlier, and for our troubles we get the woman's statue. It's a statue of a lady. It's a little porcelain lady. Probably not porcelain, actually. Probably like a clay lady. Something. But yeah, we have a couple of puzzles to solve now, too. Get out of here, ninja. We gotta casually break open this wall. There's a life seal in it. Nice. I like that. Seemed to light something up there. But it doesn't do that much in this area. It's gonna do more in the Chamber of Extinction. Yes, yes, shoot at me. The other thing we gotta do is break open this wall and then warp. Warp, warp, warp. This place in the Gate of Illusion really like their wall warps. Anyway, suddenly we're in the Chamber of Extinction. We put a weight down here. screen shakes. Something happened somewhere. Maybe let's go check that out, even. Something I never did, because I didn't have the flares at the time, was actually light this area up. That's the thing you can do, so you can actually see what the heck you're doing, which is handy. I just never really needed to because I have a good enough mental map of this place without needing to see it too much. Anyway, though, that thing that we lit up in the Chamber of Birth made this seal that used to be a birth seal into a life seal, which made that thing rise in the background. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We head over here and hit it with a flare. Can't tell now, but the area is permanently lit. We'll never have to light it up again, and it'll never be dark again. I like that. Really quick. Oh wait, actually, I don't even need to do this. I just remembered there's a reason that I picked up Space Capster earlier. If we head over to here, at the edge of this pathway, which I don't even know if I've been to this room over here in this Let's Play yet. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. There's a fairy point here. If we put on Miracle and Capstar, we get a guaranteed item fairy. You can guess what we're doing from here. Because right above is the room with the blocks. Handy, handy, handy. So we're going to be doing a little more grinding. See you in a bit. Though, it's worth noting it's a lot faster now that we have the bracelet. These things crumble super quickly. It's actually totally possible that we'll walk out of this with max coins. We'll see. Would you look at that? 5 coins short of maximum. Or not 5, 4 coins. So you can only go as high as 999. Wouldn't it be funny if I just climb myself up to that right now? Anyway, that'd be a waste of time. Oh, I didn't make note of it at the time, but that item that we picked up in the Endless Corridor, Twin Statue, that is the item that we need to permanently unscramble and have full access to the front side of the Twin Labyrinths. And the only way to do that is from this horrible poison pit that I hate that we fell into after beating Elmac. Now that we have the Twin Statue, these gates are possible to walk through. They're glowing white now. It's the only way to solve this puzzle. And we're on a timer, but don't worry, it's not that strict. It's a little strict, but we're good. Cool, we have lifted the poison, the Twin Labyrinths, and now we can be here if we want, I guess. Well, you know what, I don't want to, but I sure have to. Also, look at that. Maximum money. Cool. Let's go get a few things. Here, we want to head left. We'll get a nice little item that will be helpful in the coming days. It's the ring, not to be confused with the bracelet. The ring powers up our sub-weapons. I think it makes them do 1.5 times damage, or 2 times damage maybe. If it's 2 times damage, that's pretty good. Right over here we're going to start seeing the results of us having lit the eyes of the twin statues in the lower layers. That put a pedestal there, put a weight on it. What you do with pedestals, unless you're in the Gate of Illusion, in which case sometimes you want to do that, sometimes you don't. Whoa! Why did that one singing clip get played really low? That was weird. Anyway, heading over here. Don't worry about that ladder coming down, we'll get to it in just a moment. Since we put the weight down that pedestal, we can open up this chest containing the Ankh Jewel for the area. Excellent. How many Ankh Jewels do we have? 2. As we should. Soon to have more. Let's head back up for now because we gotta go get something here. See, I said we weren't entirely done with the Shrine of the Mother. Up in this area, this little peak, we get the map, which we will need. I didn't even comment on it, but the game, but the beginning of this video, we picked up the map reader software, which I didn't even need this entire playthrough up until now, but it is required for one very specific puzzle in game, and so we'll have to get it. Oh, I need to put your eye back on. There we go. Oh, I didn't even get the grail for the upper area. That's actually kind of annoying. I don't know how I managed to do that, but it's not the worst thing. I can fix that later. What do I want to do here? Yeah, we want to head over this way. You may remember the last thing we did before we temporarily said goodbye to this area was we made a platform move, and now it goes all the way up to the top of this corridor. Beautiful. We're gonna fight a sub-boss, because of course we are. What else are we going to do in La-Mulana? It's the only thing there is to do. This one's a little annoying, because every time it stops on a platform, it just makes more of these little blue dudes that walk around and take up space and do damage. But it's also not that bad. Pretty easy to tank, honestly. I actually don't have any reason to be up here, so we're gonna leave. Cool. What I really wanted to go do after beating that sub-boss was go over here, which I could not have done without having beaten the boss. It's a room with 4 witches. I'm going to myrtleize all of them. And this one we'll leave alone. That witch can stay there, doing witchy things. Anyway, let's hop back on down over to and on here. I want to head over to the left side now because, you know, like I said earlier, oh cool, I love that. Like I said earlier, the twin labyrinths are effectively mirror images of each other. So where there's a sub-boss on the right, there's a sub-boss on the left, and we do have to fight both of them. Where there's a room of 4 witches on the right, there's a room of 4 witches on the left. That's a very centrist point of view, I guess. There's good and bad on both sides. And by acknowledging this, that's how you know I am the least morally corrupt. We're just gonna go buy some weights. Very good, very fun, fun times, good, fun, fun. And the last thing that I want to do is I want a fairy. I want a healing fairy. I want healing fairy. I want a feeling Harry. I want to feel Harry. That's not a healing fairy. Please be kind. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Because I was very low on health, but even before I was very low on health, I was still too low on health for this sub-boss. So, gotta take all the edge I can get. I don't remember the other sub-boss's name, but this is Zoo. Zoo is a real pain in the butt, because Zoo likes to stop time like that. Zoo especially likes to stop time in retaliation for you having hit him, which is great and annoying. You have to hit him like a certain damage threshold or something, though. It can't just be one hit. The nice thing, though, is that anytime he's about to stop time, if you hit him again, right in that moment, time won't get stopped. But I was a little slow on the draw there. Getting tripped up by platforming. There we go, that's what it looks like. You know, I just like taking the boss. getting hit by feathers all the time. You know, it sort of works out. Ooh, now my safety net's gone. But I think I can, yeah, I can take it from here. Just barely. Be careful. Zoo does do a lot of damage. Zoo is still manageable. Would you look at that? I got a full heal. That I didn't even need because over here is the sacred orb. Okay. That's fine. I'm not upset. You're upset. One more room of 4 witches. I hate how these witches just fly between floors. And this white one. White one is bad. Destroy white witch. There we go. There's an Ankh here. For the future. There's an Ankh here. In the future. Alright, we're getting close to being done with everything that I can do and reasonably want to do before fighting any bosses. There's only really a few things left at this point. One of them has to do with that woman statue we picked up earlier. From the moment that we got it, something changed in the Temple of the Sun's Pyramid. A lot of little wiggly things flying around now. If we wait in this room long enough... Well, we just impregnated that woman statue. No real reason to gloss over that one, really. It's very overt. But it is a thing that we just did, and now that we have that, there's one other thing we can use it for later, but right here we can use it for this. A regular old woman statue won't do here. We need the maternity statue. And now, we're gonna fall asleep in this uterus. I don't know. Figure it out yourself. And for some reason, that makes this chest open and we get the Philosopher's Ocarina. Which, we've not yet encountered any philosophers, but they've been around. We've been to 3 of the areas they reside in. There's a 4th one that we'll encounter much later. But we'll just have a brief conversation with Amphisbaena, break away, and head over to the Spring in the Sky to have a brief conversation with another one. Might as well put our hand scanner back on, even though I'm not probably going to use it for a bit still. I don't know, it just makes me feel more secure. It's the right thing to have on hand. No bats. Right here is the philosopher Giltorio. He has things to say, we're just going to speed crawl through it. He also opens up a path later in another area, which we'll want to make use of at some point. Okay. So really, basically the last thing to do is to set up everything we need for the boss of this area and the boss of the Gate of Guidance. At that point, the only thing left to do is to start fighting. So get ready, everyone. It's on the horizon. Boss fights aplenty. And, you know, bullying Gyonin for some reason. Doing such opens up the chest that has the Ankh Jewel in it for some reason. Thanks, Gyonin. For being our personal punching bag. Then we put a weight down here, and that'll put the Ankh in the boss room for this area. But there is one more thing I want to grab here before we leave and head back to the Gate of Guidance. One very, very useful piece of software. And for that, we're going to need the Key Fairy. we'll just wait a moment. Or maybe not. I don't think we actually need to be too worried about timing here. This key fairy will last plenty long enough. There is an origin seal here. Breaking it makes a shop open up. But what's this? Key fairy seems to want to do something with that shop. Mischievous. It blew up. Okay. That's a thing you can do, I guess. Yeah. We'll pick up Rose and Camellia. Thanks. Oh, dang, that reminds me. I have so much money. I forgot to pick up something here. There was a reason that we went over to the Little Brothers shop and bought all those weights. There, specifically. We could have gotten them anywhere, but we got them there. And that's because buying at least 4 items from that shop opens up the Big Brothers shop on the other side of Twin Labyrinths. Right here. No? Yeah, there we go. It just needed to, you know, appear. Fade in. Come into existence. Here we get the Dragon Bone. A useful item for next video. Okay, that is it. Now we just gotta go back to the Gate of Guidance. Get everything set up here. Thankfully, you know, it's the Gate of Guidance. It's the first area. Everything is simple and easy, straightforward. We just have a few puzzles to take care of here in order to get the boss set up. Won't take long at all. Which is good because it's like nearly 2 AM when I'm recording this and I am plenty ready to stop. Call it a night. Oh, the things I do for everyone else's entertainment. Hopefully. Hopefully others' entertainment. I'm also very explicitly running out of things to say. It's becoming a problem, so also a good reason to wind down. I just kind of don't feel like explaining these puzzles anymore. They're just things that I'm doing. I'm doing them. I don't know why I decided to jump into that wall and jump away from it in a weird way, but it was funny. It was worth doing for that alone. Put a weight there, and more thing. It does things. Things happen. You can tell by the way that I've been doing everything in this video that if I do a thing and I go do another thing right afterward, it's probably because the thing I did first caused the other thing to be doable. This is how strings of things happen. For all of that, why am I using the knife still? We get the Ankh Jewel for the Gate of Guidance. Right, now we're up to 4 right now, right? Yeah. Now there's these red skeletons. They're just kind of being pains. Let's get rid of them. Having done that... Wait, what? Oh, it didn't count. I've never once seen that happen before. I guess you can't leave the screen too quickly after you beat him. That's funny. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, those are supposed to die permanently and make that block drop from the wall. That was really funny. This is not how things are supposed to happen. But that's how they happened. Closing in. One last step. One last wait. And the path is revealed. Here we go. Alright everybody, join me next time when we fight a bunch of bosses and then do some things in between most of them, because we can't actually fight all the rest of the bosses back to back. Sorry.